Hi everyone, hope you all doing well. Welcome back to our channel. From this particular video, we are going to get started with learning KQL from scratch. And I'm going to cover the most basic concepts that you need to know so that your fundamentals are strong and you can actually perform advanced analysis. Now, since we know that KQL is something which is used for majority of, let's say, solutions which are developed by Microsoft, and that does include Microsoft Fabric and Azure Data Explorer as well. However, our focus will be specifically related to Azure Monitor, or let's say Azure Log Analytics Workspace, Microsoft Sentinel, and Microsoft Defender. Okay, so let's get started by understanding what is KQL. This language is developed by Microsoft for querying and analyzing large volume of data in multiple Azure services like Azure Monitor, Microsoft Sentinel, Azure Data Explorer, as well as Microsoft Fabric and Microsoft Defender. Okay, so any solution which is generating huge volume of data, or let's say any solution wherein you are ingesting huge volume of data, when you have to analyze that data, you're going to use KQL to write Kusto queries. Okay, now fundamentally KQL is used to analyze structured data, semi-structured data, and unstructured data. Now, when I talk about structured data, it basically means a data type where schema is fixed. Okay, so since our focus is specifically related to security, I'm going to give examples that are easily relatable. However, I'll make sure that I cover each and every aspect of KQL so that even if you use Azure Data Explorer, or let's say Kusto Explorer on your machine, the client application, you'll get an idea that how majority of the functions and everything works. Okay, so what you see right now is basically an example wherein I have two different entries of two different logs. Okay, what you can see that timestamp exists in both the logs, user is also there, ID, role, and action, which basically means that the schema is fixed. Okay, however, I have also mentioned date, time format, and string. This is basically the data type format for each column. Now, when I say timestamp and datetime format, it basically means that timestamp is only going to accept values, or let's say the values that exist in timestamp will be of datetime format. So data type is something that you should be exceptionally clear with, because once you know the data type of a specific column, you will be able to apply right filters or operators. Okay, so, and let's say if I convert this into a table, okay, this is how it is looking. So basically it has predefined schema and it has entry for each and every row. Now, if I talk about semi-structured data, okay, what you see is even though timestamp is there, action is there, the user field is kind of nested in this second example. So here I only have user and UPN. However, here I'm getting user, ID, and role. This basically means that while we are reading the data, we are going to apply certain parsing, or let's say we'll parse this data into a specific manner so that it can be readable and it can be analyzed. Okay, so semi-structured data will have partially fixed schema with some nested attributes. Now, unstructured data is no schema at all. It can be the text inside a text file. Okay, it can be content inside the body of an email, PDFs, images, and audios. Now, our focus is specifically structured and semi-structured data. Now, since we know what kind of data we are going to work with, the question is what exactly we are going to do. Okay, so with KQL, you can explore data. Okay, at times you will discover lot many use cases when you can actually derive some meaning out of that data. Okay, then we'll try to discover patterns using Kusto query. Then we'll try to identify anomalies, and lastly we'll also help you how to create dashboards, because see, this is something which is very important, because in Sentinel, let's say, majority of the analysis is done through workbooks. Okay. And whatever I'm going to explain in this particular playlist, I'm going to use them as a reference point in the workbooks video that I've created for Sentinel. Okay. Now, what are we going to work on, which is structured and semi-structured data? What exactly we are going to do, and where exactly we can apply all this knowledge, which basically means that you can use KQL to interact with data which exists in Microsoft Fabric, or let's say Azure Data Explorer, Azure Monitor, Sentinel, Azure Resource Graph Query, and Microsoft Defender XDR portal. Now, since we know that KQL is a language, okay, so we'll basically use that language to write Kusto queries. Okay. Now, this is a very thin line difference in these two keywords, which is KQL and Kusto query, and I'll try to explain it. Okay. Now, fundamentally from KQL, you can perform two different type of tasks. The very first one is Kusto query, where we will be focusing, which basically means that you will write a Kusto query that will go ahead and read the data which is already saved in a specific table or in a specific database, and it will result, or it will provide you the result of the query that you have written, and you can analyze that particular result, okay, in the form of a table, or let's say a table containing multiple columns. However, KQL is not just limited to Kusto query. You also have management commands which you will use to create table, manage schema, adding column, removing column, or let's say any kind of customization which is actually related to the database as well as table. Okay. Now, this second part is majorly related to Microsoft Fabric and Azure Data Explorer. Okay. So what you see now is Microsoft documentation of KQL. And if you look at this particular section of management commands, and if you scroll up, it says applies to Microsoft Fabric and Azure Data Explorer, which basically means that our focus will be specifically this particular section, wherein we are going to write Kusto queries, and we are going to use either Microsoft Sentinel Azure Portal Console, or we are going to use Microsoft Defender XDR Console to write all the Kusto queries, which will return some data, and then we will perform analysis on that particular data. Okay, so this is KQL and Kusto query. Kusto Query Language is something that we're going to use to write Kusto queries. Okay. Now, the very first concept that you should be aware of is entities. Entities are basically different type of objects which can be queried fundamentally in a Kusto query. So, logically speaking, our focus will always be tables fundamentally, because we are going to talk about Azure Monitor, which uses Azure Log Analytics Workspace, and every data that we ingest will exist in a table. Okay. However, from a Data Explorer standpoint, these tables exist in database, and multiple database can exist in a specific cluster. So these are three different types of entities from data standpoint. However, there is one more concept called functions, wherein you can write a KQL and save that as a function, and then reference that function in other queries. Okay, so I will show this in a lot more detail, but as of now, just remember these are the type of entities which you should be aware of. The next aspect is, what is data type? Data type basically means the type of information that can be saved in each column. Now, this is something which is exceptionally important, because then only you will be able to understand what kind of filters I have to apply. Okay. And my favorite command to get this information is get schema. So let's say I'm choosing a specific table wherein I want to understand what is the data type of each column. And you can see it is now showing me tenant ID is system.string, or you can say string. Then you can see time generated is date time. Now, for those of you who have seen our Azure Monitor playlist, it will be slightly easier for you to relate, because over there I have shown multiple examples of creating tables through APIs where we are going to define this as well. Okay, so data type fundamentally means what kind of information or what type of information can be saved in a specific column. Now let's talk about how data is organized. Again, nothing new, because this is something which I have covered in a lot more detail. That fundamentally Log Analytics Workspace is a kind of a database which has multiple tables, and all these tables will have multiple columns. And the way we write queries will be starting from table itself, and then we will use all these different operators to derive some meaning out of that data. Okay, so fundamentally in our case, we can just replace table with this particular section of Log Analytics Workspace, because for us Log Analytics Workspace is the database which is either used in Microsoft Sentinel and Azure Monitor. As well as if I talk about the XDR portal as well, fundamentally we'll get access to these tables. Okay, so we'll use a table and then we'll write these queries to get some meaning out of that. Now let's talk about how query is formulated. Now, to understand how query is getting formulated, you have to get started with tabular expression statements. Now, what do I mean by this? That your source, the first entry point to write any Kusto query, will always be the table name. And then all the operators that you're going to add will be separated by a pipe. Okay, now the concept of pipe is similar to what it was in PowerShell. I mean, the output of the first command, let's say here source, will be the input of operator 1. Okay, now let me show this with an example. Okay, so the very first concept is getting data, then applying some filter, then applying some operator to, let's say, get some meaning out of that data. And once I have certain numbers, I can apply one more operator to sort that data. Okay, so what you see, that every pipe that I have, which is separating these 4 commands, the output of the first step is the input of my second step. Let me show you this with an example. Okay, so think about this particular query. The very first query is AAD non-interactive user sign-in logs. This is my table. Okay, let me show you this in action as well. So this is my table. So let's say if I only run this particular line, which is line number 1, I'm getting all these results. Okay, and if I show you resource display name, let me scroll right to resource display name, you can see I'm getting multiple entries here. Right now, let's say I'm applying one filter wherein I'm saying that resource display name should not be empty, and then resource display name should be compliance auth server. Now if I'll scroll right, okay, you can see I'm getting only the values of resource display name where it contains compliance auth server, and then I just want to know the count. Okay, it's around 71. Now I can use Azure portal to get this information. Similarly, I can also use XDR portal, let's say, to get this information, because I have onboarded my workspace to XDR. We'll talk about this in our Sentinel playlist. But as of now, you can see I'm getting results here as well as I can use the Data Explorer console to connect my Log Analytics workspace and get this result. Okay, so you can see there are multiple ways to access this information. Last one is I can use Kusto Explorer to get this information, provided I've signed in with my account and I've provided the right workspace detail and I've added the respective connection. So we'll talk about all these things in a lot more detail, but as of now, I'm just trying to make you understand, because this is the first video. I'm just giving you a glimpse that what all different set of options are available for you just to access data. And this is the most simplest query that I have shown to make you understand the purpose of each and every step. So when it comes to query formulation, the very first thing will get started with the table name, and then you will apply different filters or different operators, and the output of first command will be the input for the second command, which has been separated through a pipe. Okay. Now, once we'll talk about let statement, set statement, then this entire query will exist in one single, let's say, variable, wherein I will use to extract some information. So to get started, KQL is the language. The language you will use to create queries will be termed as Kusto queries. Now, Kusto queries can be used to interact with Log Analytics Workspace, Sentinel XDR, Azure Data Explorer, Microsoft Fabric, Azure Resource Graph. Now, when it comes to query formulation, it should get started with table. You will apply different filters, or you can say different operators at each stage. And lastly, you can just go ahead and render the results as well. So let's say if I go back to my Sentinel, and here I'll remove this line. Okay, let's say I just remove this line, and here I will say summarize count by resource display name. Now you can see I'm getting all the different values which exist in resource display name. All I can do is I can render, let's say, a column chart. Okay, and you can see I'm getting a column chart here. Now the same query can be used in other portals as well. So I can just copy this and run this here, and you will see I am getting the results here as well. Now there are many different, you can say, capabilities which are available here in Azure Data Explorer, which are unfortunately not available in this particular console. We are also going to discuss about that. But this was just a very quick introduction to make you understand what exactly we are going to do. In the next video, we are going to discuss about basic and common operators to get started in KQL. So if you think that this channel is helping you to learn anything new, please feel free to subscribe and share this video with your technical community. Thank you so much. Thanks for your time.